You know, the holidays can be expensive, but one place you can really save some serious cash is your home heating and air. Plus, you want to make sure you're comfortable, and we also want to make sure that you are safe. So that's why we have Big Mountain Heating and Air here. We have Baron Larson and Joseph Barrientos to help us understand the importance of really being aware of some of the safety factors when it comes to your home heating and air system this time of year. So what's the main thing people really need to keep in mind, Baron?
Really, it's the potential for carbon monoxide poisoning if you have a natural gas or a propane furnace, which 80% of us do have.
Yes.
I've got a little video that explains why.
Okay, let's go ahead and watch.
Thank you.
Not long ago, Sacramento had a couple of tragic deaths due to carbon monoxide poisoning caused by a faulty furnace. It's rare, but it's a real threat that should never be taken for granted. Big Mountain Heating and Air takes the proper service of your heating and air system very seriously. Big Mountain will rejuvenate your furnace and air conditioner for only $55 if you're one of the first 10 callers during this program. Find us online at bigmountainair.com. This service is much more than a typical do-nothing furnace tune-up sales gimmick. The service includes 2 seasonal services for only a one-time payment of $55. And Big Mountain will guarantee your furnace and air conditioner against a breakdown all year long, or the service will be free, period.
Okay, now we are joined by Joseph Barrientos, who you go in firsthand. You work on these systems daily. Help our viewers understand what factor could lead to a carbon monoxide leak.
Well, there are numerous things that can lead to a carbon monoxide leak. One of the big things is dirt.
Okay.
Your system, it works like a huge appliance in your home. And to get a better idea of what I'm talking about here is, this is your intake return. You get fresh air coming into your system that passes through your filter, that goes into your motor, transfers through your heat exchanger, and eventually makes it out into your home. And when that happens, if things aren't working properly, things can get really hot and cause a lot of damage to your system over time. For instance, like having a dirty filter.
Okay.
As you can see here, this is something that we see or forget about often, but we see this all the time. It gets filled up with dirt, which that's what they're intended to do, and they start causing problems with your system as far as air restriction. And then when everything gets passed through your filter, it ends up on this blower motor in here, which is the intake, which we've talked about at the beginning, that gets filthy and just gets covered with dirt, dust, and just everything that's floating around in your air. And then eventually it ends up looking like this.
Okay.
This is a closer shot of that blower motor. And when we come out to do our rejuvenation, we're not only just taking a look at the outside, but we're going in depth in your system and pulling things apart to find out what condition your system is in, especially if it hasn't been maintained properly.
Yeah, you're not just changing the filter, you're actually going into places people can't see and cannot access on their own.
Exactly.
And cleaning it out, making sure that that flow is proper, because if that flow is restricted and the system heats up, it can lead to this, right?
Exactly. And to go back to our discussion about carbon monoxide, this is what we try to avoid at all costs, is a breach in your heat exchanger that is caused due to all the conditions we talked about earlier. When your system is compromised not only with dirt and dust, it's working harder, less efficient, and things break when things get too warm. And this can lead to a lot of serious problems, especially this time of year when we have a lot of loved ones at home, a lot of family and friends coming over. It can be a big issue.
Yeah, and we want to make sure everybody's safe. And Baron, you can help people be safe with your special offer.
Right. It was talked about at the beginning of the program. If you do have a cracked heat exchanger, not only is it dangerous, but the nice part about it is, if there is a nice part, those are warranted usually for about 20 years on average. And so we have a special coming up where you can get the furnace for free during the month of September if you get the air conditioning system with it. And so get on the schedule, 2 for $1, $55. It's not a sales gimmick, as we were saying. This is the way that we prove that we're different. It's a comprehensive service. Do it before Christmas, because we guarantee your furnace and your air conditioner all year long against breakdown, or the service is free. So 378-4664, first 10 callers, we offer that special.